everyone, this is Annette Small. This is my guest interview with someone from another country. This is Wolfgang Kluck from Germany, and I'm going to let him answer all the questions that you submitted. I introduce Wolfgang Kluck.
Hi everybody, this is the father of my daughter who you have just heard from, and she was my firstborn, and she is my mother's favorite. Now, I'm going to read to you the questions that you guys gave to me, and I'll provide the answers. I had some time to think about it, so if you don't mind, for sake of brevity, I will read the answers and amplify where indicated. Question number 1. When did Wolfgang, meaning me, when he left Germany in 1954, where did I wind up in America? The answer is 30 miles east of St. Louis in a town called Albers, Illinois on Highway 161. Next question that you guys gave me. What did the family do to establish themselves in this country? We rented from and lived with an elderly gentleman who could not take care of himself. My parents were in their late 50s and 40s when they came to this country. My mother did housework, cooking, and cleaning for him and his house, while my dad wound up at a local chicken brooding house cleaning chicken cages all day long, and he was kind enough to bring the smell home every night. The local parish priest, Father Bernard, happened to be our uncle and sponsor to this country. He finally managed to hire my dad as a janitor. Dad, not being able to speak the language, was able to maintain and clean both the church and the school at St. Bernard's Parish. Needless to say, my parents made do with very modest means for the rest of their lives. The next question you posed me was, what does he do for a living now? As you can see, I'm very old, very retired, and been retired since May of 2004. I did have a terrific job which required a lot of study and traveling throughout the United States. When we left Germany, did we leave Germany because of World War II or other reasons? That's a very good question, I might ask. The answer is the horrors of World War II, the personal tragedies of death and suffering all took its toll and played a major role in our decision to come to the United States. In addition, some of our relatives had preceded us to this country. They became our sponsors, but bottom line is my parents hated communism and feared the Russians. Why did they fear the Russians? I got a letter here, an email from one of my cousins, first cousins, who said, and I quote, Ursula spent some time in a concentration camp in World War II. Both of our uncles and her dad were captured and held in American prison camps, which, by the way, they were treated nicer in the American prison camp than they were under Hitler's regime. One of my aunts was raped by the Mongolians. They saw an awful lot of brutality, people hanging on trees, even families with children. We were shot at by the Russians, and there's too many gory things to tell at this time to be continued at another time. But that gives you an idea of the background. You also asked, what did World War II do to the German economy? Another excellent question. The German economy was devastated by the war, as were the buildings, roads, infrastructure, etc. Money was worthless. I still have downstairs in my office stamps that are marked 1 million marks, but it equated to about a nickel in actual worth. That's how